Welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is the curse of the 11th. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's MURDY creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right. It was a great vacation. It was very restful. It was very relaxing. And I have a whole bunch of new things to talk about. But first, a little update on my last podcast. So, I will say, I went on a bit of a rant, and I had a little bit of a rampage. And for those of you who listened to it, I did have quite a bit of vitriol. However, I did get on the phone with the county clerk and the city clerk from our area, and they were both the most pleasant and helpful people I have ever interacted with. And after speaking with the county clerk, they're like, you should talk to the town clerk because that's really their issue. I talked to the town clerk and she said, well, this is an interesting idea, and this is a very interesting problem. And frankly, I don't think you actually need permission from us, because I don't think this really qualifies under our current statutes as a commercial use per se. But I'm going to have you contact the town president. And she gave me his cell phone number, and I called him, and he immediately picked up, and he listened to me for a while, and we talked through it a little bit, and he goes, yeah, I don't think you need permission for this specifically, but what we'll do is you send me an email with all the details that you just described to me. I'll bring it up in the next meeting, and we'll make sure that nobody has any objections or any problems, and we'll send you a response back so you've got something in writing. And I'm like, that was so much simpler and so much less painful than I thought it was going to be. And I figured out you guys all deserve an update to that particular problem. So I'm going to throw a caveat on what I said previously. It's possible that your zoning commission will be really helpful. I do think that there's still a flaw in the system because I think that that's not exactly clear, and I think there should be an exemption for small businesses, and I think it should be in writing so that petty tyrants can't really affect their will. I'm just lucky and happy that the current people I'm working with are not petty tyrants. So that is an update to that. But more importantly, let's talk about the curse of the 11th. You know, there are things in business that you just can't explain. There are things in business that don't make really any sense, and you think to yourself, well, that's just a fluke, right? But it happens over and over and over again. And you think to yourself, okay, well, if it's happening over and over and over again, there's got to be a reason. Things just don't happen arbitrarily. But for the life of you, you cannot figure out that reason. But it keeps happening. And that brings me to the curse of the 11th. Now, to clarify, the curse of the 11th isn't always exactly on the 11th. However, it's fallen on the 11th more times than it's not. Sometimes it falls on the 12th, and sometimes it falls on the 13th, but it's almost always on the 11th. And it's not every month, but it's probably 9 or 10 out of 12 months. And it's that the day of the 11th, we will have an absurdly bad day for no reason. To give you an example, in March, we had consistent day-over-day sales from like March 5th through March 10th, where they were almost identical day after day. And they looked very similar to our normal numbers, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. Then on the day of the 11th, we did 20% of our normal daily sales. And on the 12th, we were back to normal, and pretty much every day after. So that one day, we did 20% of our sales. That'd be like, for example, if we normally did $5,000 in revenue, and that day we did $1,000 in revenue, right? It's just a totally different number. And I have no idea why. I thought it might be the marketing. I'll run through the things I've thought it might be in the past. And if you have ideas, by the way, feel free to mention them in the comments. I am so at a loss that I'm absolutely welcome into people's interpretation of what might be happening. First, I thought it might be the marketing. So I went and checked the marketing. Same ad spend, very similar demographics, nothing unusual about that. Same ads ran at the same pace, right? Marketing was the same day to day. I thought maybe it was our Instagram, social media. We post the same photos on a pretty regular basis. They're not the same photos, but we post very similar photos on the regular basis. They all get very similar responses, similar organic, every so often we'll get a great one, but for the most part, they're pretty consistent. Nothing out of the ordinary on the 11th. Nothing out of the ordinary, by the way, on the night of the 10th, which is when the photo that most people see on the 11th happened. The photo wasn't particularly, unique, and it didn't get better or worse organic responses. Thought maybe there was something wrong with our website. I checked our web traffic. Didn't really change that much. I mean, it was down a little bit, but it wasn't like the website wasn't working. I went and looked at the Google Analytics to see if there was a different path that people were taking for some reason on the 11th. And while it may be slightly different, it wasn't anything that wouldn't be able to be attributed to the fact that I was looking at a one-day snapshot, right? So it was within the margin of what you'd expect for variance within a single day as far as what path through our website did people take. We had very similar number of customer service requests, no more out of the ordinary than anything else. The only thing that was different about that day was the sales. And this has happened consistently month over month where we've had, for whatever reason, that day is the worst. Now, I think in the big picture, it's probably related to the way and when paychecks hit people's bank accounts. I don't know if I've had for a fact, and it would be difficult to say that can attribute to all of why the 11th was the bad and why it consistently is bad, but that is the best so far out of the reasonable explanations I've come up with why the 11th would be bad, is it just happens to consistently be a day when people don't have their paychecks or they don't have very much money in their bank. Maybe it's when most people pay their mortgage, or maybe it's something to do with the way people's utility bills come out, right? I know ours comes out around the 11th, or when people's rent come out. I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. But for whatever reason, that day is just bad. And my marketing team and I had a good joke about it like this last time around. I was like, you just wait and see. We're coming up on the 11th. It's going to be a bad day. And they're like, I don't think so. And then it was a bad day. And he's like, wow, that was a really bad day for no reason. And so we've been having a joke about maybe we'll do something to maybe we'll put a text message on the 11th or whatever, because those usually boost sales, or we'll do an email blast on the 11th, something to help us figure out if we can kind of we can offset that. But really what I want to share out of all of this, because it's happened so many times that I've begun to realize that there are certain things that you just can't seem to change. Now, is this one of those things? I don't know. Maybe we'll find a solution. But I have come to realize that there are things that are just so. It's just the way they are. It just happens. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's not because you didn't think through it hard enough. It's not because you failed in some horrible manner. It just happens. There's an arbitrariness to life. Now, you can look at that with frustration and resentment and bitterness because you can't figure it out, or you can realize that it's out of your control, and being resentful and bitter about it doesn't do anything. I think the one thing I have consistently walked away from it, though, is saying it's just one day. We have had really bad days in the past. We've had really, really bad days where tens of thousands of dollars had to come out of our bank account that day, and no money came in, and we'd had a couple of bad days in a row, right? And it's those situations, it's like, it's hard because it's like on a roller coaster, and you just have to hold on. You just have to hold on. I was thinking about the Pirates of the Caribbean. No, actually, it wasn't the Pirates of the Caribbean. It was Master and Commander, Far Side of the Ocean, which is a great movie if you're looking for a fun movie and you like kind of Captain-y, piratey style movies. It's not really pirates, but it's that era. And one of the sailors has tattooed on his hands the letters "hold fast" across his knuckles. And it's designed so that when you're holding on to something like this, it says "hold fast" to the person looking at your hands, which is fascinating to me. But I don't know why, but that image that's still from that movie in my mind is just like permanently like seared in for that day, because that's the answer. I mean, that's really the only answer to any of this, which is just to stick with it, to hold fast, to stay true, and to keep going. Because these blips are really nerve-rattling. They really just like they make you wonder. But if you spend your entire time worrying about the blips and trying to analyze them and trying to figure out what caused them, trying to stop them, and you lose sight of the bigger picture. You lose sight of the macro, which really is the one that actually is the one that matters. Now, I'm not ignoring the blips. I'm not saying you should ignore them. I'm just saying that when they come, ride them out, let them pass. They will pass. They always do. Everything comes to pass, and everything passes. And it's best to just let it slide. And if you guys have ideas of why the curse of the 11th keeps happening, please let me know, because it's driving me insane. I mean, I'm not letting it drive me insane. I'm letting it go. But still, it's such a thing, and it's so annoying. I cannot figure it. Anyway, I'm not gonna go crazy. Next week, or next Thursday, we've got a new podcast coming out. So make sure that you definitely follow and you like and subscribe us. Don't forget to check the notification bell. If you subscribe to us, you're probably not going to know about it. You're not going to get notified. But that notification will ding you when we put out new stuff. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys for your patience during the vacation. We're going to be back at it Tuesdays and Thursdays, for the time being at least. I can't imagine why not. But I may talk about that more on our next podcast. There might be something that's coming up. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or mask, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. Or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible, but we do appreciate your patience. We have been having an instance recently where some of our messages back to customers have been going to their spam and junk mail. We've been really working on it with our customer service software. We've been trying to solve it. However, if you reach out to us, you send us an email, and you don't hear a response within 2 business days, check your junk mail. It's very possible that it got sent there, and I don't know why. We're working on figuring it out, but appreciate your patience. And if for whatever reason, if all else fails, feel free to just send us a text message or a phone call. You can text us or call us at 414-434-9001. That's 414-434-9001. That number is available to call or text anytime, but we are available to answer it from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. If we're not available during that time, or we're not available after that time, feel free to leave us a message, and we'll do our best to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. So definitely check that out if you're interested in that. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. Both a review on the podcast, whatever app you're listening on, or a review in the comments just on YouTube. We love that. I read them. I love them. If you want to really leave a review on the product, you can go to murdycreative.co/reviews. On that page, there is all of our amazing reviews. They really are encouraging. We read them all regularly. We love them. They're super great. There's a button that says leave us a good review. If you click on that, it'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews, and you can leave a review there. If you don't have a Facebook account and you just aren't able to leave a review there, feel free to just send us an email. We love those. We read them. It means the world to us. But that's a nice public space so that people know that we're not just lying and making up our reviews. So you can definitely do that. If you have a problem with them, something that would cause you to leave a bad review, there's another button there that takes you directly to us. Please, please, please give us an opportunity to fix it. I stand by all of our products. I know every person at this company stands by our products. We want you to be happy. We want you to love your Murdy Creative Co product. We want you to use it for generations, right? It's something that means the world to us. And so because of that, we do very much want you to have a good experience, and we will do whatever we can to help fix it. So before you leave us a bad review, please give us an opportunity to fix it. If you want to help us in another way, definitely share it with your friends and family. Sharing the product is the best form of advertising. Word of mouth just is so good. If you want to get a little something for that, log in at the top of our website. You just click login. You can give us your email and a password. That's all we need. That'll log you in. It'll create an account. Once you have an account, you get 5% back on any purchase you make in store as in-store credit, which is great. Also, there's a shareable link there. If you click on that link, that URL, you can give to your friends and family. It gives them $5 off their first purchase, and it gives you $5 when they make that purchase of in-store credit. So go check that out. That really does help, and we love those. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to talk about stuff. It really does help. I'm always looking for content. So definitely send out questions if you've got them. You can send it via email. You can text it to us. You can leave it in the comments below. We see those. So definitely do that. If you're looking for multiple binders, for gifts, giveaways, menu, really any reason, and it's not just binders, it's our entire product line, ask about our bulk discounts. It starts at a minimum order quantity of 5, and that's 5 of one thing or 1 of 5 things. So you can mix and match to your heart's desire. It's just based off your total cart quantity. If you're looking to get something custom engraved, we have no minimums on our custom engraving. So we can add a logo or a signature or something like that for $15 normally. It's just a flat fee per item. There's no setup fee and there's no minimum order quantities. However, if you are going to get a whole bunch of things with your logos, they do qualify as well for the bulk discount. So that flat fee can actually go down with the bulk discount since it's based off the total cart quantity price. So definitely check that out. You can send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co if you're interested. Or on our website, there's a big button at the top in the menu that's bulk engraving /custom, or bulk orders plus /custom. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But you click on that, it's going to be very clear when you get there. That takes you to a page where you can fill out a form, gives us a couple more details, things that we are helpful, like deadline and quantities and which product you're interested in, things like that, as well as uploading your logo. All of those things help us get you a response timely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.